Okay, so another thing that was commonly asked for was how to do some drawing techniques within Illustrator using the Pathfinder. So we're going to draw a panda together, and I'm going to show you a few Illustrator techniques. And again, I will upload this file so you can follow along, or you can do the same techniques with any image. So let me start with my screen sharing once again. And let me come over here. So in Illustrator, I've already dropped in this JPEG of this panda. I just found him on the internet. I thought he would be good to use. And let me move me. I can move me down here this time. And I'm going to lock this layer, and I'm actually going to set it to template. So that way it kind of lightens it a little bit and locks it. That way it doesn't move, and I'm going to draw on a new layer on the top. So using my pen tool in Illustrator, I'm going to go through and I'm just going to follow these broad shapes of this panda. I'm not going to worry about where his arms and legs end. I'm just doing the main outline of him to get a good feel for where this panda outline would be, following his ears. And you could also do this by using the shape tool, and you could make circles, but I'm just going to start with the pen tool, and I'm going to outline his main shapes. And if you turn off your fill, it's a lot easier to see where you're going. You can always turn that back on later. Okay, so now you'll see I have an outline. I'm going to fix this. It got a little too close to his face. Of this panda. And I also have shapes like this for his leg. So this would be his front section, this would be his back legs. The ears are going to be their own shapes, but starting off, I'm going to divide his body into several pieces using the Pathfinder tool. So what I'm going to do first is make a shape that follows this line right around here. And then I'm just going to close it off. And I'm going to select the shape and select the shape, fill them both in, come over here to Properties. And if you can't find your Pathfinder, go up to Window. You can find it there. But when you have two shapes selected, using the direct selection arrow, Pathfinder will pop up in your properties. And then you want to expand that, and I'm going to use divide. I always just like to use divide. You can do trim, merge. There's other ways you can go about this, but I just always divide up my pieces. So you'll see now it looks like it's one shape, but if I click on it, and then I object, ungroup, and I've shown you guys this before, but just in case you forgot, and then I'll delete that excess area. But now I have that shape again. I'm going to change this back to outlines. And now I'm going to follow this curve of his other shoulder. And it goes around here and then comes a little bit swooping back in here. And I'm going to click around here, and then I'm going to come in here and follow, and I'm going to make his head area too. And again, it's all about clicking and dragging the points where you want. Getting my direct selection arrow, I'm going to click both of these shapes. I'm going to fill them in. Coming over to my Pathfinder, I'm dividing that up. I am going to ungroup it, and I'm going to delete these excess areas, and then I'm going to convert this piece to white. Now, I still have these ears. I'm going to do this ear the same way by just slicing it up. And I could also go over here to my scissors and cut it, but I like to just use the Pathfinder for things like this. It's almost like doing a puzzle in reverse. You're creating pieces. And divide. Ungroup it there. And then, now I just have the pieces of the face. So all I would do here now is zoom in, get my pen tool, and I would just draw these pieces and add them. I'm just tracing them. Again, you could also very easily use shapes and do this with circles. I'm just going to follow these panda shapes and use my pen tool, clicking and dragging around to follow the panda's face. Follow his nose. And then we'll give him a little smile. Then I will just take this shape, make it white, click on all of these shapes, fill them in, and then I will come over here to this stroke and just thicken it up a little bit, and then I probably even want to change the end of the points. And there you have it. So you can make shapes, you can adjust the shapes how you want, and then using the Pathfinder, you can eliminate the spaces between those shapes. And it's a really useful technique when you're drawing in Illustrator. And I hope that helps you guys. And I can't wait to see your illustrations.